What is my interview was coming through once again. And on today's video, we're going to talk about the incident that happened at Wasco State Prison. But this time it hit home. Uh, I happen to know Angel Carrasco, the homie gato. And it's crazy, homie. It's crazy. And today I'm going to tell you the story of what actually took place, how things happened, just to clarify maybe a story that might be out there. Uh, Apparently, the homie before this happened had called the homies out on the streets and told them of what was going on, of what was going through his head and stuff like that. And he was trying to see like what the homies thought about it, right? He just needed to talk to somebody so he can actually get his thoughts together. You have to understand, homie. The homie been in the system for 17 years. He landed in Hydra State Prison, level 4 180. He stayed his whole term in a level 4 180s. Of course, politicking, putting some work, and that's why his points never went down, right? Crazy story, but this is reality. This is the reality, homie. A lot of people give themselves to the cause, but at the end of the day, the cause comes back and bites you in the ass. This is a great example of this homie who was a good ass homie, but at the end of the day, something went wrong and came back and bite him in the ass. Look, so what I'm gonna tell you today is what the homie Gato told the homie out on the streets, right? Supposedly he made a call, and I just received this call. What was it, like a day ago? That the individual who had become alive was the homie Gato, and I mean I didn't know about this. I seen a story about it, but I was waiting for the CDCR website to drop the story, right? Because usually I run with stories that come from that website and describe the incident, right? So apparently, right, that homie called people out on the streets when he landed at Wasco. And what he told the homie, right, is that he had a debt, right? He had a debt to a person. And the thing about this, homie, and which I don't know why that homie would lie about this, which I believe him, is that basically that debt came because of his Sally. I don't know who was his Sally, but one thing I'll tell you is that when you're in the cell, I'm not gonna say that he was innocent, because when you're in the cell, right? And let's just put it this way, and you're in your cell are getting are doing stuff, right? Like getting loaded on stuff. Regardless if your Sally does more or not, you know, that day is gonna be for both of you guys, right? Because your Sally is not just doing it by himself, but apparently Sally was getting extra stuff or whatever the reason was, right? So they got this big debt, and at the end of the day, homie, people need their money, right? So somehow, some way, they he was trying to get it figured out in Kern Valley. He was in Kern Valley, right? For those who know, I don't know, he was in A or B yard, but he was in Kern Valley, and he was trying to get it figured out. With the story that he told the homie is that basically they got on him. They got him. I don't know how it happened, but that's his story. But at the same way, I don't know if that's what really happened, because you have to understand this, homie. If you're on a level 4, when they move on you, they're gonna move with you with straps, homie. They're not gonna move with you with punches. And apparently that's what he told the homies, that they move on him. They checked him and stuff like that. And I don't know if he went to the hole, what happened, and then eventually got transferred to Wasco State Prison, to AR, which at that time I was questioning that, right? Because I was like, hold on, Wasco State Prison, AR. I thought that was like a lower level. Apparently it's a level 4 now. I think. I don't know. So I was like, all right. It didn't make sense, but that was his story, right? He said they move on him. That's what happened. He got sent to Wasco. When he landed on Wasco, I don't know if he thought that he was still going to clear that stuff up, whatever he was going to do. Because let's not forget about this. He's been down for quite a minute, right? So he knows how things work. He's been involved. He knows how things work. So it's not like he's naive. Like, oh man, I don't know what's going on right here. Like, if you know that you got off a you got off a yard in bad standings. Once you landed to a different yard, you know that that thing is coming through, homie. You know that's coming through. So when he landed at Wasco, he called the homie and told him the story. Look, this was going on, homie. At that point, the homie was debating, like, you know what? What do you guys think? I'm thinking about giving up this life and actually do me, right? Do me because of whatever had happened with him and Sally at Kern Valley, and eventually the homie got the worst of it, right? I don't know if Sally ended up paying a certain amount. I don't know if they were like, you pay half and he pays half, and the homie right here couldn't have the money to pay the debt. But when he was in Wasco, he was debating and he was telling the homie, you know what? I'm thinking about just giving up because I don't know if I can clear this up, right? And then apparently this is when these two individuals got on him and did what they did, right? It's a crazy ass situation. I sense mis condolencias to his family, to the homies who knew this guy, right? Who grew up with this guy. I mean, when that it's just crazy, homie. It's crazy how things like this happen, right? This is not the first time that I know of somebody who passed away behind those walls, man. So according to reports, it says that on March 14, 2025, around 2:30 p.m., they saw two individuals, one by the name of Jose de Castro and Darno Rodas, getting out from the homie Angel Carrasco, right? Of course, you see the cops throwing some grenades, pepper spray them, hit them with the block gun. Eventually, they take everything under control. They handcuff everybody. They take the homie to the hospital. Eventually, they pronounce him unalive at 3:51 p.m. And one thing I want to tell you, man, is that even though the homie had LWAP, it's crazy, homie, because this vato didn't even do the crime. But the homie was right there. The homie kept it solid, and he went in, did his time, and sadly, this is how his career ended. You know, it is crazy how people that you consider part of your movement, or maybe you look up to, or whatever you want to call it, right? Your homeboy, whatever, that they'll give you that rope. They know that a lot of homies have issues, homie, and they just give them the rope, knowing that that homie is gonna hang himself. You know, meaning that the vato is not gonna be able to pay a debt because you gave him so much stuff that the debt becomes, I mean, can't pay it, right? And at the end of the day, they make a move on you, take you out, and nobody wins at the end of the day. Who wins? Nobody got their money. We got homies in the hole looking at new cases, and we have another homie who's deceased. At the end of the day, nobody won, right? Instead of trying to work with the homies, be like, you know what? Let's do this in payments. Let's do this as in you're going to owe me some favors. You have to put in work or whatever. And it is insane how stuff works behind the wall. See, I don't know if what was put out there was true, and where they were saying that he had said something in Kern Valley, then eventually sent him to Wasco and put him on the active yard. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the homie was down for a minute. He knows what's up. Let's just not make assumptions like that, man. This is not his first rodeo. He knows that once you make it somewhere, it's a matter of time that they're going to get you, man. And just basically, you got a short time to do what you have to do, right? I just thought I should share this story with you guys, man. Another individual down in CDCR, and this time it hit home, but it is life for me. It is life. It is a sad situation, but it happens, man. Hopefully you like this video. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man, if you haven't subscribed. So with this being it, we are out to next video. Gracias.